What's up, guys? How are you all doing tonight? And this is another episode of Phenomenal Views. As I said, this is my review for Ted 2. The first one didn't make me laugh this much. Oh my gosh. I'm still here with my friend Jameson. Him and his girlfriend Kinsby told me that this movie is hilarious, and it is freaking funny. Alright, so the plot of Ted 2 is, Ted gets married to Tammy Lynn, and they want to have a baby. But because Ted is not human, the world is basically saying you have no rights, you're not a person, and so like they go through like this whole entire thing of getting a lawyer, and which you all know who the lawyer is freaking hot, and she's the lady version of Sam L. Jackson, just because that's the joke. And so they do one case and they lose. And then they decide to go and get Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was in this movie. Morgan Freeman. And so, when they find him, he looks at all of Ted's stuff and he's like, I can't really condone you as a person because you have not had a good thing on society. And he's like, Ted, you could have been an inspiration to the world. But instead, you did drugs. I can't do Morgan Freeman's voice. And he's basically saying, like, all the stuff that you could have done, you didn't do. You didn't inspire life, all this other stuff. And the running gag through both lawyer offices is, are those candies to take? Those aren't supposed to be out. And it's just so... This movie has so many funny jokes, so many inappropriate things. Actually, okay, my favorite part of this whole entire movie is they go to Comic-Con, and they get all the nerds to fight with each other, right? Well, this one guy's Goku, and this other chick is the 3-booby chick from Total Recall, and she gets her top ripped off, and oh, I freaking lost it. All these nerds are having these fights, and it was just so freaking funny. Oh, and what's his name? Donnie? Donnie comes back in this movie, and he decides he's going to... Because of how he heard actually, he started the whole thing. Because he's still trying to get Ted back, so he goes to the owner of Hasbro, which he works for, and he's like, I know how we can make Hasbro a lot of money. You know about Ted. Well, he's not considered a person. So they're going to be suing the... No, hold on, no, that's not how it gets started. No, they're not good. Oh, they try to have a baby. That's what it is. They go like 3 times to get sperm. The first time is from Flash Gordon, and apparently because he's done too much drugs, he's only got 1 sperm left. And so he's using it for when he's stranded on some desert island or something. And he's using it for... He's saving it for just in case he's like stranded on an island or something. And so then they decide to go to whose house? They decide to go to Tom Brady's house. And so like they do like this whole entire thing like where they're pretending to be a air conditioner company, and so they unplug his air conditioner and it makes it really hot in his house. So he sleeps in his boxers or something, I don't know. So they sneak up to the house and they talk about like how his kid would be like an awesome MVP star and all this crap. And he wakes up, of course, from the trailer, and he throws it and he's like, oh my gosh, a perfect spiral! Now, they do mention Mila Kunis one time, and according to him, they actually did not want Mila Kunis in this movie, and I honestly don't understand why. To me, that kind of made the ending of the first one pointless. That really kind of made the end of the first movie pointless, because she didn't like Ted earlier on in the movie, but then she grew to love him, and that honestly just makes it feel like the ending of the first movie doesn't matter. You know, maybe that was better with that on. In my personal opinion, that kind of makes it feel like... That kind of makes it seem like the ending is pointless. Like the first Ted movie has no point. But, you know, and of course, what's really funny is when Tammy Lynn and Ted get married, it says 1 year later and they're already fighting. And there is a scene where not only are they arguing, but then like... a neighbor starts screaming at him, like they start screaming at each other, and then this lady starts talking, and they're like, man, I'm sorry, she's our enemy now. You're a good guy, man. And it was so freaking funny. Oh my gosh, the jokes in this movie are hilariously funny. There's one where they're trying to... Who was it they're trying to... Oh yeah, Ted's trying to email Flash Gordon so he can ask him for permission for a sperm. And he comes to find out that John has been looking at lots and lots of strange porn. Oh my gosh! And they stretch this joke so far. It's like, no. We can't risk anybody looking at it or something, so we gotta smash it with hammers. So they go in the hall, and they go in like the alley, and they start beating this thing. And it's like, nah, someone who's really good can reconstruct this. We gotta go bury it at the bottom of the harbor. And I was like, you guys are freaking idiots! Oh. And when they go to the sperm bank, when John has all that stuff fall on him, because like the whole thing of what's going on with John is Ted's trying to get him to get back in the game, you know, get back into a relationship. And it's like he asks out the nurse, which the nurse is really hot. And she's like, you know, I've got a boyfriend, and she makes a really bad joke that I actually kind of felt bad for. What was it? When he runs in there and like one thing of it falls over, it's like they're trying scooping it up, and like the whole entire shelf just falls on him, and the nurse basically says, oh, don't worry, it's just a sperm of important people. And Ted's like, oh, did you hear that? You've got yourself covered in, what was it he said?
Black people.
Yeah. Gosh, a lot of these jokes were very, very horrible. They were funny. They shouldn't have been, but they were funny. Guy makes a reoccurrence in this movie, and the thing is, he's dating this new guy, and so like they have like kind of a bromance thing. It's really, really weird. And there's a scene where, because Donnie has gotten a plan to like where we'll make them lose the case, and once they do, once someone grabs him, there's not going to be anyone to protect him. The law's not going to be able to protect him or whatever. So Hasbro's like, okay, well, you're going to do this on your own. I can't be associated. So they go to Comic-Con, which is freaking lucky because I've never been. I want to go. But so Ted and Sam and John all have an argument because Morgan Freeman basically says, I'm not going to take your case. So he walks off to Comic-Con, and he runs into Donnie wearing a Raphael suit, and he takes him in the back alley, and he's like, why are we doing this back here? Well, I didn't want anyone to, you know, see a superstar and go crazy. Thanks, I've been mistaken for an Ewok twice today. I was like, that's really funny. There was, and what's really funny in this movie is Sam has no knowledge of nerdism whatsoever. She doesn't know what Rocky is. She doesn't know, what else is it? She doesn't know who Sam Jackson is, and she got Star Trek mixed up with Star Wars. Because like Darth Vader and, who was it, Obi-Wan Kenobi? Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a stormtrooper walking by, and Ted's like, well, you three wouldn't be walking together. You're his boss, and he killed you. Yeah, shut up, Captain Kirk. Hey, that's offensive. Sorry, guys, she doesn't know any better. And it's just so funny throughout the whole entire movie. She's like, she doesn't know anything. She's smart. Unlike the rest of us. She loves smoking weed. Actually, no, I take that back. My favorite scene in this movie, because he told me about it. Because Ted asked to drive, and like he's on Facebook, on Twitter, he's smoking, he's being dumb in a car. And so he crashes into the barn, and I actually yelled this in the theater because they didn't wake up at first, and I was like, bull crap. And so they do wake up. He's like, oh, guys, I'm sorry, that barn just came way out of nowhere. And so John and Ted decide to go find firewood. While they're going, they find this pot leaf. And they basically did it like with the first scene of the first dinosaur sighting of Jurassic Park, when Alan sees one and he gets Ellie's attention. Well, John's like, well, this is, who knows what this is? And they turn John's head, and it plays the whole Jurassic Park theme when Alan and them are looking at the Brachiosaurus. They're looking at a field of pot! And Ted's like, it's beautiful. And Amanda is a lawyer, and she smokes freaking pot! And her excuse is she has migraines. But And she's like, there's no words. No words. I was like, you guys are all awful people. And so, oh my gosh, it was funny. This was a funny movie. Of one very funny thing is they explain another reason why Tammy Lynn and Ted can't have kids. And they say because she's done so much drugs, her vagina's pretty much messed up. And so they show a picture of what a regular person or a regular woman who's healthy looks like. They show hers. It's a mess down there, apparently. It looks like she has been smoking down there, for goodness sake. Oh my gosh. When they're in court, I was like, Teddy, don't worry, if we don't win this, I'll stab that judge. You brought your switchblade? Yeah, baby. And the court scene is funny as heck. But yeah, so pretty much Donnie's whole idea is he wants to try and make more Teds. So he's like, well, what we'll do is we'll cut them up, and they actually do this. And I said to Jameson, I was like, are you thinking Dexter? For those who have watched Dexter, you know, like when he puts people on tables and saran wraps them? That's what I thought, except with a freaking teddy bear. And so the movie has a really, really good ending. I'm not going to spoil that, and I'm sorry that I spoiled this, but I had a blast at this movie. I have not laughed at a movie this hard probably since Big Hero 6. And I know that I'm not trying to compare those two. It's just I have not laughed at a movie this hard probably in a year, besides The Hangover. But all in all, I'm going to give this movie, it's funnier than the first one. What I didn't like about it was they actually didn't want Mila Kunis back in it, and for that, I'm going to give this movie, I'm going to give Ted 2 a B-. But yeah, guys, put in the comments below, what did you think about Ted 2? Did you like it better than the first one? What was your favorite part? What was your favorite joke? There was a lot of funny jokes, especially the Facebook, the Twitter jokes. There was the one with John with the sperm, hashtag Mondays. And also, Sam has a bong, but it's in the shape of a penis. And so when Ted's doing the thing, John takes a picture of him and he's like, hashtag sucking on penis or something. And then at the end, when they actually adopt a baby, the baby's name, what is the baby's name? Muhammad Ali, what's Ted's last name?
It's Apollo Creed.
I'm sorry. Apollo
Clubberline.
Apollo Creed Clubberloin. And so, like, she's like, here, Ted, it's your turn to change the diaper. Well, he's like, he takes the diaper off. He's like, oh my gosh, this kid can't be right. This kid's sick. And the wife's like, he's not sick. Yeah, dude, come on, baby's at the time. Oh, really? Here, John, catch. And he catches it, and he can't catch, obviously, so it goes all over his face. And Ted takes a picture of him and says, hashtag crap happens. Gosh, I laughed so hard at this movie. But guys, this has been another episode of Phenomenal Views. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for liking my videos, and thank you for watching them. I don't know if I'll do more reviews like this in the car. I might not. What do you think I should do? Comment below. Let me know. Have a good night, guys.